Tonight, Yardley has stared at something. Victorion, Jim, and Joe has furious by someone. And a new merchant label BL Blue Big Engine worry about something. One day at the steamwork, Yardley is on the works have been built for the LNER P2 mode like Victorion. He loved his new mode for this about of his system. At his Yardley's life, he actually came to Hong Kong. He was a Dennis Twin Bus E500. He worked on the Columbus Motor Survey from 2007 to 2014. But in 2015 and 16, he would need to join into LWB because of his old friends had punished him and causing him had not any job to do, and he now had turned his new job to do for the airport survey. He now painted for the white paint with orange paint, white stripe and orange stripes as well. A few months later, he need to have the new look for his MMC second mode E500. He loved his second mode for the whole years ago. In 2018 to 2021, he now have rebuilt for his new MNC facelift mode for his own mode for the Captain Leader, but he had have the serious accident when he came to Sodo from 2020 of the last year for December. He was chased by diesel tank from the smelter yard and crashed of the same way for Rosie Yardley had came off the road had 3 years ago. And Mixon now doesn't have part for his old E500 facelift mode, so the Fat Control need him to turn into the LNER P2 look like Victorion. Most is look like for paint is actually like Victorion, but not quite sure about. As Yardley was on the works have the lovely resting when the Fat Controls was walk with him next to him. "Hello, Blake," said Sir Toppenhead. "Hello, sir," said Blake. "What did I need to help you?" "I need you to go to the Crovan gate meet the new engine," said Sir Toppenhead. Blake looked confused. Sir, why don't you keep more new engines around of this railway?" he said. "The railway soon close down, so they need the new homes." "Okay, if you say so," said Blake, and he steamed shortly away. Meanwhile, at Crovan's gate, Yardley soon arrived for Crovan's gate, but he doesn't know who's the engine come to the island of Sodor. I wonder whose engine would be," said Blake. Before he answered this question, he heard the whistle in the distance. Blake had heard about for many years ago. "That's the light for the SR Bullied Pacific whistle," he said. Surprisingly, he was right. When the Pacific approaching the Crovan's gate, this engine had painted for the merchant navy BL blue paint. Blake had got a little bit very confusing. "Oh my god," he said. "I don't see a BL merchant navy was painted blue," he said.
"Hello there,"
said the merchant navy.
"I'm Annabelle. Are you Victorion?"
she said. "No, I'm not Victorion," said Blake. "I'm Yardley. I'm just only look like her," he said.
"Oh,"
said Annabelle.
"I thought you were Victorion. I'm sorry,"
said Annabelle. "It's okay," said Blake. "Now the first time you saw me it looked like Victorion," said Blake. Annabelle looked for Yardley's nameplate. Something will refer to her funnel.
"Wait, are you Yardley for the world champion for Mercedes for 7 world champion you? Huh?"
said Annabelle. Blake was very shocked. "What? How do you know my name? How do you know I had 7 world champion, you know? Who's tell you about this?" said Blake.
"Well,"
said Annabelle.
"it was your cousin, Mixon, tell me about you,"
said Annabelle. "Oh, seems you know about my cousin, right?" said Blake. "He actually is with me on 2013 to 2016 with Mercedes, but he's got retirement for 5 days later, so now I miss him now. So now with my girlfriend Rosie, of my new teammate now," said Blake.
"Well, that's would be awesome,"
said Annabelle. She just smiled. Well, Yardley and Annabelle soon arrived for Nafford Yard Shed. They saw Joe, Jim, and Victorion was furious by James. "What the hell were you to do?" said James. "Haha, gotcha," said James. "I like you to fold like this shit," said James.
What have you done to us?
said Joe crossly. Before Joe replied, Victorion and Annabelle seemed to race to James and bumped in front of James. They were very furious with James. "James," said Victorion crossly.
I assume you are James, right?
said Annabelle.
But you're talking about you, Rickroll to day 3.
She said crossly. "Sadly, yes," said Jim crossly. And James steamed away, very pleased with himself, leaving the 5 LNER Pacific furious with him. "James," said Blake.
You are a bloody idiot,"
said Victorion crossly. That night on Vickerstown shed, Yardley told about for his friend about for James Rickroll to Joe, Jim, and Victorion the situation. "Well, that was very rude for James," said Rosie. "How can he do that for the female's engines? Or male's engine, I should say." "Don't remind him," said Mixon. "He is a bloody idiot." "I agreed," said Bobby Swift. "He is a hell." Then an idea flew into Yardley's funnel. "You know what?" said Blake. "We can teach James back for the Rickroll problem. What do you think?"
And how can we do that?
said Annabelle. She looked a bit confusing. "I just mean for he needs to take the good train for tomorrow and bread and dogs," said Blake. "We can find something we put inside the truck and we can Rickroll him. That make him feel furious how to punch of us," he said. Annabelle, the others also agree of what Yardley's plan. "Wow, that's a good idea there," said Cam Spinner. "Let's do for teasing James. What do you think?" said Rosie Yardley smugly. "You got a good idea there, Eric," said Yardley. "I very like this plan." So what happened to next of James will be Rickroll, or true or not, we shall watch of the part 2.